Yo, what is going on, you cursor that locked your keys in the car? I've got some good news. I've got some bad news. The good news and the bad news is PikaRom is still good, and the bad news is PikaRom is still good. It's still here, it's back, and it's adjusted to deal with the current meta, the big cards that we're adding into PikaRom these days. We got the stealthy hoods in here to help against that Mimikyu that everyone's been running in Rapid Strike to shut down our Mewtwo's. Oh no, they're shutting down our Mewtwo's. Well, we can shut them back down with our stealthy hoods. We got 2 stealthy hoods in here to protect ourselves from that that Mimikyu. Another really cool card in this deck that I have loved the addition of, and shout out to Israel Sosa because that's the first person I saw rocking it, is the Fan of Waves. More energy disruption, something PikaRom loves. Now there's no Yell Grunt in this build right now because I'm trying out the Fan of Waves, trying to not play that Yell Grunt, but I don't know, maybe I could see the Yell Grunt coming back in here, or maybe a second Fan of Waves. Depends how popular Special Energy is, but the one Fan of Waves, I've loved it so far. It's so big in so many matchups. In the mirror match, up against Rapid Strike, up against Alternatives if they're playing the weakness card energy, up against Luke Metal with those coding energies. So much value for this card right now. I love it. Playing it, rocking it, cool. Of course, we still have those Crushing Hammers in there because it's PikaRom, so you got to play them. And besides that, it's PikaRom, right? We got our 3 Bolton, couple Peaks, couple Mewtwo's, 1 Raichu still. 2 is nice, but it's not really worth the spot, I feel like, overall. You can get away without it sometimes, although sometimes you really can't. The Coco's here, Eldegoss, the Crobat, you know, it's still PikaRom. It's still good. It's adjusted to the meta. It's not, it might be. Who knows? Maybe it's still the BDIF. Let's go ahead and let's get into some games. I don't know why, but I'm actually pretty hyped to play some PikaRom. We're going to go second. That's what we do with PikaRom. We go second around here with PikaRom. Well, not just around here, I guess, around anywhere. If you're playing, hit a homie in J here. Yeah, if you're playing, what's it called in general, you're going second. Mincino start. If it's control, I'm not gonna lie, I might consider conceding, but we'll see what we're up against here. Could be not could be not, what's it called, not I'm just literally blanking right here on what it could not be. You know what I'm talking about. It could not be control, and it is the Urshifu, so we're definitely sticking around. And this is one of those matches why we're playing those hoods. They play the Mimikyu that says nah, and we're like, well, are you sure? And they're like, nope. And we're like, all right, well, I guess I won't do that for my turn. So that really stinks for us, but good for them. But also, like, got those hoods. Gotta find the hoods, though. That's another thing. We gotta find the hoods. We also don't want to put an air balloon on here if we want to find a hood for this. So Crushing Hammer first, get a hedge real fast. Boom, goodbye energy. Boom, hello swell. Boom, Dead Change on the way. Take a look through here. We got the thing. Let's check for the hoods. The big ones. Ooh, 2 hood in there for switch. Now we don't have to get off a turn 1 Bolton. If we do, it's good. If we don't, it's not that bad. And right now we're looking at it being not the easiest thing to pull off, to be honest. So I think I might just go hood to the bench, attach to the bench. Right here, attach to the bench, hood to the bench. Could pop the Coco. I don't have to pop the Coco quite yet, but I could. Really feel it like it's necessary, but there's nothing really to pop the Coco to. I could pop it to the Bolton, I guess. So I could go we do need like tag ball to 1-hit KO their Urshifu's. We could do that later as well. So I could go like Cherish Ball here, grab PikaRom, get that in the discard pile, right? Because if I get Marnie here, I do kind of want the Coco popped and everything. Bench Bolton, bench Coco, and then pop it to these 2. We don't have a switch card, so we're not going to be able to electrify, and that's not, like, we want to electrify. Electrify is cool, electrify is good. Not going to happen this time. We'll get them next turn with the electrify, but this is a pretty good start, and we can put an air balloon here. I don't want to put an air balloon here, though, because we want to take advantage of these hoods, so we want that switch. We only have 1 air balloon in the deck. We did prize 1 of them, so there's a less likely chance we get an air balloon, but I don't know if that's like a, I mean, I still want to move my Mewtwo in full blitz next turn, so if I only get the air balloon, I will air balloon it. And we'll start to try and piece together some of these knockouts here to draw some prize cards. Yeah, this build, they play the Mimikyu, got the hood to protect ourselves from the Mimikyu. Could also be rocking that Jirachi GX, though, which will make things pretty awkward as well, but we'll be able to play around it at some point, I'm sure, and make some moves. Giving up a Rapid Strike energy, that's usually not something you want to lose. And even with the lack of Mimikyu, I mean, actually, with the lack of Mimikyu, it's probably going to be pretty tough for them. I was like, even with the lack of Mimikyu, it's not going to be that bad. But actually, to be honest, it'll probably be pretty rough. Because the lack of Mimikyu means you don't have Mimikyu. Which means our Mewtwo's are just hitting and swinging and hitting and swinging and hitting and swinging. You know what I'm saying? So Pretty good for us. Energy to the Urshifu V with a strafe. A strafe is not good. Not good for them. Good for me. See we chop deck here. Is a quick ball. All right, just go ahead and dead change. Hate to lose the quick ball because that's an out to a Crobat, which could see us more cards, which in this situation would be really, really good. So we kind of don't have a whole ton going on. All right, let's go with... I don't even have a supporter in here. All right, let's go with the Crushing Hammer. Get aheads real fast. Love to see it. I guess we're drawing cards with the Speed Lightning. Found a Marnie now. Go with the Marnie. And back to the deck. They must be okay with their hand, though, because they didn't use Snorlax again. Now, I could hit with Bolton here, but it doesn't really feel that great to hit with Bolton here, so I kind of don't want to hit with Bolton here, because then it just gets knocked out. I guess that's not the worst thing ever, but in this situation, I don't know, it doesn't feel that great. But getting this one prize card could be okay. I think I'm just going to go ahead and pass. But letting them hit my Mewtwo also doesn't feel that good. I guess this makes things more awkward for my opponent overall. We'll see. Like, we KO the Jirachi, which is such a big part of their potential consistency on their next turn, so it could be a pretty big difference maker. I guess we'll find out how big of a difference maker it is, and we can go about this next turn a couple ways. Like, if they don't get double VMAX, we could chase one VMAX and full blitz KO it and then load up our Mewtwo, or we could go about it and go with a Tag Bolt. If they get double VMAX, we could just Tag Bolt one of the VMAXs and just knock it out immediately, but we could full blitz another one. I mean, it depends what they get set up here. Like, it'd be great to go bring this one up, full blitz KO and then Tag Bolt KO this one. That would be like optimal for sure, but it depends if we draw into a boss. We got Eldegoss in the deck still, so that's going to be helpful to find out. We can also paralyze the Urshifu as well. They do play Bird Keepers, but they don't play switch cards. There's no switch, no escape rope usually in this build of Urshifu. It's just Bird Keepers. They got the Mewtwo to recover the Bird Keeper, so they can have it pretty often, but that means they're not using boss, they're not using Cheryl if they're Bird Keepering. So could just go after like a Raichu play on this turn as well and just try and paralyze their Urshifu. That would also just be fine, to be honest. It'd be a fine line for us to look for and take. And they are down 2 of their fighting energy outs as well. They only play 6. Another thing, they only play 6 of those. Here comes the Mimikyu to lock out my other Mewtwo. I'm sure they'll put it on the bench here. I guess they could choose not to. Would be a little bit weird to choose not to, though, I think. So I'm sure that's coming to the bench here. There's the Karate Belt, though. So the Karate Belt also works. Oh, and actually, they got the Rapid Strike and the Karate Belt, so they can go ahead and hit us with that G-Max Rapid Full. See, I could take this one out. I think I'll Crobat first and see if I get Boss, though, because then I can just go Boss, Full Blitz KO this one, go load up my other Mewtwo, and then go for a Tag Bolt to win the game. That's going to be our line to take here. Or Tag Bolt, knock out the active is also still pretty good. We've had like a slow start overall, it feels like. Bird Keeper on top, so already kind of playing around the potential paralysis from the Raichu. Yeah, here comes that Rapid Flow. Goodbye, Bolton. And then you got hitting up this Mewtwo. So this Mewtwo will go down next turn. But I could go with that Tag Bolt plus Marnie, and that could make things awkward for my opponent. They don't have a pivot in play. Pretty low on the energy, but then if they do draw out of it, I do just lose. So that's never fun. Top deck is a switch. Let's get rid of the Peak and this. Take nothing. The Raichu's there, but I'm not trying to paralyze this turn, I don't think. Crobat. See if I can full blitz KO this one. Not yet. Second Hood is good, but is it going to be good enough? Second Hood, definitely good. Is it going to be good enough? Who knows? Let's go on Marnie here. Disrupt their 5 card. We know they get the Bird Keeper, but I don't mind. I kind of like the idea of disrupting their hand, but now my current draw is so bad. Oh no. Okay, full blitz. But not great. We get the energy. We load up the other Mewtwo. We got the Hood for the second Mewtwo, which is also very good. But the rest of the situation isn't great. I don't like the rest of this at all. This does not feel good at all. We have no drawouts in hand. We're down our Crobat. We're down both our Dedenes. Plenty of draw support is left, and our reset stamps are left. So that's what we got working for us here. Here comes the run to the other Urshifu, though. Yeah, things are going to start to get a little bit tough for us, I think, definitely at this point. It's going to get rough. We can GX attack, knock this one out. We could paralyze it with the Raichu, but that doesn't seem as good, especially when they have so much access, like I said, to that Bird Keeper. Got a couple of them left. But when I knock this out, they're going to be low on those energies. Actually, that's still something they could whiff this turn, is just a way to attack. Because like I said, they only play... I guess the Karate Belt counts as well. So they have like 7 outs to fighting energy. Karate Belt, 4 Rapid Strike, 2 basic fighting. So they have 7 outs to the... 7 outs to the energy to use... fighting energy. Fighting energy access. So it wouldn't be too ridiculous, actually, if they did whiff here. Unfortunately for us, we can't really take full advantage of it. Because, I mean, look at my board. Like, how could I ever take advantage of that? I just can't. So Mew set up with a Psy Power play. So they could actually win next turn. If If I go, I'd have to go ahead on the prizes though. And if I take out the karate belt one, it wouldn't be a problem. So 5 here. So if I go like knockout, yeah, I could lose next turn. Okay, so there's Goss. Could get the boss. Goss for boss. Full blitz KO. Then tag bolt knocks out this one. And they don't have karate belt anymore, so they can't G-Max rapid flow. This seems like a winning play to me. So let's go with it. Boss. And I want to, if I get reset stamp next turn, I want to have as few. They could still trap something from my bench in my active. So I'm going to like this. Get heads, get rid of that. I wanted to get tails and then fan it. Didn't do that. I'm going to keep the air balloon around. And full blitz. Knock this thing out. Now, either Mewtwo can use tag bolts. I'm going to thin this. Do I want to thin this out of the deck? I'm going to go with yes. Load it up on the Mewtwo. Just have an extra energy on the Mewtwo. So I'm feeling good. Looking good. Feeling good. Another air balloon out of the prize cards. Yeah, I didn't want to put this in play because there's another out to like move stuff. Because one of the lines of play I could see them taking right here is like boss on my Eldegoss, stamp to 2, and then you know, Gale Thrust it, and then next turn G-Max Rapid Flow KO this Mewtwo and the Eldegoss, something like that. If they attack with the Urshifu this turn, we can just KO it to win. They could go in with, I mean, they can't, actually the energy removal on the Mew is pretty good, because otherwise they could go like attach to Urshifu, set some more damage up with the Psi Power, and then go like a double knockout on the next turn. So pretty good for us. They're going with the energy attachment here. We don't have a boss, so I guess we need a boss here as well, because we have to be able to bring this thing up. Otherwise, they can just run away this turn. They can just run away this turn, and then it's going to be hard for us to win on our turn, actually, boss. No boss. No, yes, boss. No boss, yes, boss. Maybe boss. They still have reset stamps they could hit us with. But they only have how many Rapid Strike energy left? 2. They got 2. 2 Rapid Strike energy. But if they don't get that stamp, we got the boss. We got the what's it called? Strike. Knockout. Win. And we can always retreat this as well. We could retreat our Mewtwo. We could hit a reset stamp of our own to disrupt their rather big hand now. We retreat it. Yeah, so even with the Stealthy Hoods, it kind of gives us a chance, whereas before we really don't have a chance up against the Urshifu VMAX. So the Stealthy Hoods really give us a chance, but as you can see, it's still pretty close up against the Rapid Strike, but it allows us to compete against them at the very least, which is all we really want. We just want a chance against the Rapid Strike. Such a popular, powerful deck right now. Why would you not want to be able to compete against it to some extent, right? So gives us a chance to compete against it. Dedenne grab. They could be using Dedenne here to dig a little bit deeper. It wouldn't hurt them, to be honest. Nope, there's the reset stamp. Do we get the boss? Not yet. Got a Marnie, which is not bad. Marnie's not bad here. Disrupt our opponent's hand. Hope they don't get Rapid Strike plus Rapid Strike plus what's it called? Draw? Not a boss still. Okay, I'm gonna go attach Marnie. Got a reset stamp, but it doesn't make a whole ton of sense to reset stamp here. I think I should. I didn't want to go for the knockout initially, but now it feels like I should go for the knockout. I guess it's hard to tell if I should or shouldn't reset stamp. They thinned out their deck a lot, then they drew some cards with the Snorlax. I don't want to KO their active, but I didn't get a boss, so the chance of me getting a boss next turn isn't that high. Do I want to reset stamp them? I guess there was more cards than there was boss on the bottom of the deck, so there's dead cards there. I'm actually not sure if it's worth the boss here or not. And then I would love to, like, not KO the active, but I think it's worth it to put the pressure on them. Just clean up a bench space. If I had a boss in hand, I definitely wouldn't KO the active. Burn a switch to help play around stamp. Maybe burn my stamp to play around their stamp, because they have another stamp still. So maybe burn my stamp to play around their stamp is the play. I guess attacking with one or over the other doesn't actually make a difference, because they still need to bring up my Dedenne or Crobat. I don't want to KO the active, but I don't think I have a choice. Like, I don't have a choice either. All right, full blitz. I don't know if there's any energy in my deck as well. I don't think so. Yeah. But let's put the pressure on him, because if I just sit here and wait, then I'm like hoping to top deck a boss. But then if I don't top deck the boss, then my opponent gets like another turn to play the game theoretically. So put the pressure on them. I do open up a bench space for them to throw down to Dedenne. Now they can see a ton of cards this turn. I mean, maybe some cheese curds as well. I don't know. Here comes the quick ball. So Dedenne is on the way. Oh no. Yeah. It's not looking good here at the end of this one. It was a close one though overall. Oh, there's already the Rapid Strike energy. So it comes down to, can they find the boss? And they're drawing 10 cards of their 14 card deck. So we're really hoping at least one of their bosses is prized. They play 2. We're hoping one of them's prized. That the last one's in the bottom 4. That is our hope here. reset stamp as well. So yeah, we got to play around that a little bit. There's a speed lightning. We don't really need a boss anymore at this point because we can KO anything that they would put in play. There's the Dead Eye Change. They draw 6. Make dues. I got some make dues, but there's the boss. And yeah, it was going to be a close one. Like I said, really come down to the wire here. We used all of our gas really early on, both the Dead Eyes. We had a slow start as well. Our opponent didn't have the fastest start, but that's not super uncommon with this RS Cinccino deck. Definitely has very good late game, but sometimes does have those awkward openings that can be really hard to put pressure on your opponent or match your opponent's pressure. And yeah, in the end, we don't get the dub. We get an L to the rapid strike, which stinks. We got like found our hoods and it was feeling good, and then we're like, we're attacking with Bolton on this first turn. I didn't know how I felt about that overall. Overall, seemed to be fine. It didn't work out for us, and we'll take an L here in this first one. All right, here we go again. We won the coin flip again, so we can go, or we're choosing to go second. Going second. What a strange thing. Opening hand is crispy. This is super good. Bolton off the quick ball, attached to it. Air balloon to the right, you. Maybe we bat, maybe we don't. Stay tuned until my next turn to find out. Looks like a green. I want to guess green's Dragapult, because there's the Bill's analysis in here. Also could be Gengar, Mimikyu, Omastar. That's the other one I'm thinking. That's a Crobat. I don't think it's either of those. The Bill's analysis was throwing me off. Oh, of course, it's the good old Crobat and Concede deck. How could I forget? Okay, here we go again. Another coin flip win. Let's go second. Let's go second. Not as clean of a hand as we had in the last one. I would have rather had like a completely dead hand in the last game. My opponent just conceded. In this one, I want that last hand back. We once again open the Raichu, but not as many options. Crushing Hammers could come in really handy though, depending on what we're up against here, and start throwing them at our opponent, slinging some hammers. They open the Zam. Luke Metal probably could be the ADP, of course. ADP sometimes found, or Zamazenta. I was gonna say ADP sometimes found in Zamazenta. There's not really a Zamazenta deck though. It's kind of an addition to help out some decks like the Luke Metal, like the ADP. Sure, there's other decks out there that play Zamazenta. I don't know what they are. But attach, maybe pass. That really makes you want to be aggressive with the research, but all this energy to lose, you hate to see it. Let's get at least, can we get one? Oh, all right, research. Yeah, I don't want to really give them any more to play with, but it feels so bad to discard that many energy. Ew. What kind of, no, this is not what we want. Boltoned. We do kind of want to Boltoned in this matchup. My other one might be in the deck though. I do want energy on a PikaRom, so I could go. Do I want a Dead Eye Change? I don't want to whiff an energy for turn. That feels terrible. Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna clog on my bench quite yet. We do play 3 Bolton, so we can get another one later on. All right, energy. Let's go. We got it. It feels not that good to be honest, but hey, at least we got there. Now I kind of was regretting that a little bit. I kind of want my Bolton back. Let's go with it here, and I want to pop the Coco right now. I'm feeling might hold on to that Crushing Hammer as well. The other two kind of made sense because, but to be honest, I don't really care if a Zamazenta has an energy on it. Like, right? Who cares about Zamazenta having an energy overall? Obviously, I was trying to play around something else differently, and I was being more aggressive. But like now that I'm here, I'm like, Assault Tackle, sure, go for it. Have at it. Maybe it'll help it move, retreat to the bench, but theoretically the only thing that this really does if I play this Crushing Hammer is then my opponent then gets to utilize that energy through a Metal Saucer when they can like switch to the bench. So maybe even these Crushing Hammers are incorrect as well, right? Apparently also up against the Crushing Hammer build from here for my opponent. Here comes a Crobat, so it's definitely, don't want to say definitely, but I want to say it's more likely to be ADP than Luke Metal. There's an E-Spinner, so I'm pretty confident we're up against an ADPization here, which the Crushing Hammers on Zamazenta are way less reasonable or effective than anything else. Like there's so many better things to Crushing Hammer the energy off of, but they do play E-Switch. So with that in mind, let's remove some energy, or not. You know what? I don't really care anyways. I don't want to remove any energy actually. Get rid of this. Might go after that other Bolton here. Yeah, let's do it. Bolton. Energy on the peak. Research. I'm just gonna electrify again. Nothing else to do. Hey, double hoods. Not very good. I don't play any big charms, so I'm gonna throw one of them here. And then electrify. Keep the other ones open to potentially be air ballooned. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 energy in play right now. So that's pretty good. We don't have a Mewtwo setup. I do have this Raichu setup, so I could go with Tandem Shock next turn. Bolt Storm's looking pretty good. Here comes an Assault Tackle. Don't do it to my PikaRom, please. They're going to do it to my PikaRom to get rid of my special energy. That's really rude. I don't like that. Stop removing my energy. Please, just cut it out. Gosh. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Some. Hold up. Let's get rid of PikaRom real fast. Check the deck. We just research and discard this and then try and full blitz to a Mewtwo. I really need more energy on my Mewtwo, though. I wouldn't hate... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just short that extra 10 HP that the Zamazenta has over the ADP. ADP, the other one. I'll put down a Mewtwo, though. See how it goes. What is the other one called? Zation. Go for the Paralyze. I actually kind of like that. Let's go for the Paralyze here. Switch them out. Switch them in. Tandem Shock. We couldn't KO it with the Bolton because they got rid of my energy. So rude. So rude, right? And we drew 2 of our basic energy as well. So our full blitz would have gotten 1 basic energy out of the deck. So that's not that good. Hitting with Bolton gives it with 10 HP. This is really the most disruptive route to kind of take here. Just paralyze them. See if they can deal with it. I also could have not put a Speed Lightning there, to be honest. Wait, when did I put the Speed Lightning there? What would I want to take a hit here? The answer is Bolton, I think. If they're going to hit something, I want to hit the Bolton. Also, it can attack, so if I get Marnied here, reset stamped, I guess. Like if I get Marnied here or something like that, if they were to Marnie me, keep the water energy in play. Here comes another boss. They got to stop with this. They got to cut this out. This is not cool from my opponent here at all. Now I would like to full blitz, actually. Now I would like to full blitz. But I have no energy in the deck to full blitz with, so we're just going to attach to a Bolton, load it up even further. Now we have all of our energy in our hand. So the goal at this point is to top deck a Marnie, play the Marnie. Bolton's swinging big now. Play the Marnie, put the 3 Lightning on the bottom of the deck, attach the Speed Lightning to the PikaRom, or attach the Speed Lightning first, draw the Marnie. We're down 4 Marnie. We actually have like no draw support. So we're actually about a deck out. We have 4 cards left in our deck. When did all this happen? What's going on? 4 cards left in the deck. We would still want to make this, and there's the concede from my opponent. So weird game, weird start. A little bit of energy got removed. Some stuff went down, but we end up with a dub, which is the most important part. All right, back at it one more time. Let's win another coin. Oh, lost the coin flip this time. Okay, but our opponent's choosing to go first, so that's exactly what we want. And we got the Bolton start. So this is the clean starts we're looking for. Not that any of the other ones were like bad. Just weren't this. This is good. Got the Bolton start. Cherish Ball, Quick Ball, options for what we want to electrify to. A Marnie, a draw supporter. Perfect. We have Crobat. We could get to Dene. Probably won't. Probably just going to go attach. Maybe Marnie, maybe not. Who knows? It depends on what they do. We can go like Cherish Ball for PikaRom, Quick Ball away, get a Mewtwo. Maybe we want the PikaRom. Who knows? Maybe we don't want Mewtwo. It's possible. They are flipping over a Mawile. Yay, ADP. All right. So we're up against ADP in this one. So we'll probably go get PikaRom, Quick Ball away, or no, we probably will get PikaRom, Quick Ball away. That's probably exactly what we're going to do. Get a Mewtwo, put a Mewtwo down. Boom. Attach the Bolton, electrify to the Mewtwo, and start piecing this one together. This matchup can go all kinds of ways, depending on just how stuff kind of goes, to be honest. The ADP matchup, overall, I feel like it is favorable for us, but there's so many things that can happen, and it's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, there's so many things that can happen in this matchup. It's ridiculous. They play Vitality Band, but goodbye Vitality Band. That's really good for us. Not a Rusted Sword. There's a couple situations where this is better. Like, you want an Ultimate Ray KO, like a Victini or something. Something like that. It's really nice. Just short on the Bolton from the Ultimate Ray, which is something we might want to try and abuse. There it is. Everyone's friendly neighborhood ADP. Love to see it. All right. So that is our threat to deal with. And yeah, we're probably just going to go, get PikaRom with this, like I said. Quick Ball away, get the Mewtwo, attach active. Air Balloon to the bench, not the active, is a little bit weird. We can make them... Now they have to work that much harder, potentially. So, interesting choice from my opponent. I'm going to throw this down here. First, because I do... Oh my gosh, we kind of just drew everything. I did want to try and draw into the Raichu as well. Now we can do it like this, though. And we can grab ourselves that Coco. Which would be oh so nice. I guess I could have gotten second Mewtwo instead of the Raichu. Right? Well, we know they play a Vitality Band, so maybe the Raichu works out being better. Because they could play 2. The Vitality Band would not KO Raichu with the GX attack and it attached. Marnie here. Crushing Hammer would be great. Didn't get it. Rest of the hand. Ugh, not good. Air Balloon here just in case they... But I guess now they could boss my Raichu. So maybe I should just held on to the Air Balloon there, to be honest. If they Marnie me, it's like going to be quite a bit better than what my current hand is anyways. So To be honest, probably should have just held on to the air balloon there because of the situation. And that's what like ADP likes to do a lot, actually. Just going, okay, boss. Oh no, they play Crushing Hammer. Who plays Crushing Hammer? They go boss up something, try and trap it, but that's a metal energy. That is so good for us. Oh my gosh. All right, now here's where we get ahead. This is exactly, and a Marnie to go with it. What the heck? We are drawing so well right now. Definitely gonna full blitz. All right, send them all back. Coco's here still. We want to deal with that. I mean, deal with that, maybe not. We just don't want Coco on our bench, to be honest. And we know they play Crushing Hammer, so I probably want to be aggressive with the full blitz here. I mean, we've got a lot. We got 6, 7, 7 energy in play. Could set up for attack bolts. Nah, well, I don't hate it. Probably not correct though. Just put it there. 7. If we can get to 9 energy allows us to one-hit KO ADP with Bolton, and we can definitely get there. Not with what we're currently rocking, but if we can get this in the discard pile, or a couple of them, because we have one more left in the deck. It's a little bit tough draw. There's 1 in 31 cards. Get a speed lightning here, or even get both basic lightnings in the discard pile, Coco them to here and here, and then Bolton one-hit KO ADP. That's going to put us in a really great spot. And especially if we get 4 energy on the Raichu, then even if they respond with a Brave Blade to KO the Bolton, we can come back at it with that Lightning Ride GX to KO that. And if they still somehow draw out of that and beat us, good for them, because gosh, chill. That's like ridiculous. Edit that out. All right, there's a Crushing Hammer, a Tails, Cherish Ball coming down. They got their water. They haven't switched yet, so we don't have access to Tag Bolt anymore. Well, it's not true. We could KO Mew. Of course, we have access to Tag Bolt. You know what I'm saying. They could Whiff Switch Guard here as well. They've discarded a lot of things, a lot of stuff. Really good for us. There's an Escape Rope. Ooh. It's got to be the Bolton. But it's actually so good for us in so many ways here. We can go with a Tandem Shock play now, which, to be honest, probably isn't that likely to prevent my opponent from doing something, but who knows, it might. Yeah, really good spot overall for us now, for sure. I really want to KO this thing with a Bolton. Please let me top deck something to do this and make it happen. Oh, it's a Crushing Hammer. I mean, let's see. Let's get a heads. Let's get a tails. I mean, I could go Retreat, Full Blitz, KO Mew, set up for a Tag Bolt, I guess, but I don't know if the Tag Bolt really ever wins me the game, is what I'm thinking. Could just paralyze the active as well. That's another route I can take here. We could hit for what, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Not enough. 250. Just a little short. Yeah, I could just like paralyze the ADP. See how that goes. Like attach here. Retreat to Raichu. Man, my Coco being in play is like so bad right now. Tandem Shock. I mean, they only have a 4-card hand, right? And they're bench locked, which is a big deal as well. And then maybe next turn we go Full Blitz KO Mew, and then knock out ADP, knock out Mawile. But just like start with this Raichu play and kind of see how things develop. We got 4 energy on our Mew now. They do play Crushing Hammers, but they are down 2 of them. Yeah, I don't know. Just seems like a pretty reasonable start for us. A pretty reasonable spot to be in. It's not the best ever. No, don't KO my Coco, though. This could be terrible. There's an E-Spinner, but maybe they don't have a switch card. Maybe that's what we got here. Maybe they don't have the switch card. That's why they're playing it like this. Attach there. Air balloon there. Intrepid Sword. All right, it's a good thing we held on to the air balloon. I was thinking about attaching it to my Raichu. And I was like, well, I don't know. It doesn't seem like the best. Crushing Hammer, throw it out. Get a heads finally. That's what we're talking about. Air balloon. Retreat to this one. And full blitz. And once again, the Tag Bolt's not in effect, so we should probably just split up our energy as much as possible to throw this on the Bolton. Yeah, just split things up here. Have options. They have air balloons on both of their organizations as well, so this means they just can't put a Vitality Band on them. We saw that first Vitality Band, and it's very possible they only play the one. It's probably likely, actually. Usually it's like 1 Rusted Sword or 1 Vitality Band, just depending on what value you're trying to get out of the card. But that sets it up really nicely for us. We're in a really good spot right now. This energy maybe should have gone on the Raichu, to be honest. So I had the option, or more likely to have the option of the Lightning Ride GX, but I guess if they KO my Bolton, I have access to Coco, which means I should be able to get access to the Lightning Ride to KOization. And with how many resources they have down, I mean, I guess maybe it's not that many. It's 4 energy, though. So if they get, you know, it depends how many Metal Saucers. If they attach for turn plus a Metal Saucer, not a lot of energy if I just GX attack this. If they chase my Bolton in my current board state, they chase my Bolton and knock that out. They don't have anything they can one-hit KOization anyway, so it puts us in a really good spot to just go GX attack KOization, and then boss KO Mawile or Mute to close out the game. We have a boss in our hand currently. Rest of the hand, like maybe I'd even research this turn to discard the boss, so Eldegoss for boss becomes an out, and then I can kind of thin out my deck a little bit more. So I like that play of research this turn. But once again, we'll wait and see what our opponent does. They might even just punch our Mewtwo, which would be not gonna lie, that'd be terrible for them. For me, it'd be great. Yeah, for me, it'd be great. Burn in some E-switches here. To Crobat, maybe they're just... I thought I saw him take a... maybe I didn't see anything. Yeah, I didn't see anything. Well, they took something, right? Didn't they just play a Quick Ball? Am I losing my mind? Nope, Quick Ball. Okay, yeah, there it is. There's the Crobat. I was like, I think maybe, but maybe not, you know? But no. Crobat, draw some cards. Yeah, they're looking for that Brave Blade, and ideally, they probably want to Brave Blade my Bolton, but I don't see it happening. They need a lot. They need Double Saucer, or I guess Attached Saucer. Maybe it's not that much. They're down 2-3 boss. No room for Eldegoss. Okay, they need a lot. I take it back. They actually need a lot. I'm just going to push Raichu here. I don't want to give them any free prize cards to work with. I'm going to be like, all right, if you want to hit my Raichu, you're still 2 turns from winning the game, which really just sets me up in a ridiculously good spot to win. So, not going to do a whole ton for you. You're going to be in like a pretty bad spot. So, once again, insane. It was so good. Such a good spot. Insanely good. That Paralyze, the Tandem Shock on the ADP really set them behind. I mean, they were bench locked. And even if they had switched out of it, it wouldn't put them in that ridiculously good of a spot. Here we go with the attach to the active from my opponent. There's the research. Couple cards that would be pretty good here. I mean, they could get themselves a couple Crushing Hammerheads. They do have 2 Crushing Hammer left, I believe. Yeah, 2 Crushing Hammer left. But very unlikely, if not just not happening, that I don't think they're going to KO my Raichu, basically. Is what I'm trying. They're not going to KO my Raichu, I don't think. So we could hit next turn and then hit the turn after, and that should just be game. It should just be all cleaned up at that point. See if they have any surprises, though. Here comes the Metal Saucer to the bench. Will they be able to hit with Zation this turn? And if they do, we can just go ahead and take that out with Bolton if we want to, which I probably will go for here. It's just a Bolton knockout on the Zation. And like I said, I'll probably play the research to put the boss in the discard pile to set it up to be Eldegoss later, and then try and draw into as many cards as possible to just kind of discard those to get those out of that, because we don't know if my opponent plays Reset Stamp or not. They got a lot of things in here. They got the Crushing Hammers, they got the Mew, which are things that are not always played in ADPization. So, I mean, they have to have room for, or they got to run out of room at some point, right? They can't just play every, well, they could, but they'd be like really cutting back. Maybe they only play like, you know, 3 Metal Energy, but that's like absurd. 8 has been like the standard for so long now, so I bet they still probably play around 8. I would assume, yeah, I would assume they play around 8. Probably a good safe bet, good guess. Maybe they play 7. Play 6. Probably don't play 5. Could play 9. Another Metal Saucer. So they actually have a ton of energy in play right now. But once again, I don't think it's going to be enough to win them the game. They got a lot of energy in play, but they still need to take a knockout, which they can't do this turn still. They can only hit my Raichu. And I don't even know if they can attack this turn either. There's the run to the bat. So I think the answer is just no to that. Bat and pass. Not even Intrepid Sorting. Either forgot or something. Attach here, switch to Bolton. I'm gonna go ahead and get a Bolton as well. Actually, switch to Bolton could KO one of these and remove some energy from play. But that's not super relevant to how we plan to win the game. Because if we KO one and then get a KO next turn, we win the game. So we may as well knock out the active. So I think KOing the active just makes more sense here. Grab another Bolton to put in play. Or does that make it too risky? Because I could pop Coco and make it so they don't have a target. So that makes it too risky. So I shouldn't have even taken Bolton because that should be an option for us for later. Keep the switches, keep everything. All right. Volt Storm. Okay, energy on Mewtwo or Raichu wins us the game with the Tandem Shock, Lightning Ride, GX attack, full effect. We need energy on either of them. We got the Coco to work with. We got energy in hand. We got switches to work with. Yeah, getting the Bolton was just incorrect. I should have thinned out the other PikaRom there and just discarded that. Because another out we have is we could go attach to, get a Bolton, attach to Bolton. It's got a Crushing Hammerheads here, Crushing Hammerheads here. I guess we'd still have attached Coco win. So to be honest, the Bolton never really matters because we always do have this Lightning Ride GX. I guess if they Tool Scrappered one of their air balloons and then put a big charm there, nope, Lightning Ride would still get the KO. If they put a Cape of Toughness there, then Lightning Ride wouldn't get the KO. Then also Bolton wouldn't get the KO, so that wouldn't change anything either. To be honest, I also could have maybe thrown double Stamp at them to play around Marnie or Reset Stamp. My opponent's hitting me with the well played, and there's the concede. Love to see a dub over the ADP. That's going to do it for some PikaRom, guys. It's still here. It's still a very powerful deck. Not the best deck. Still very good, though. See you tomorrow.